Stephen, when you're talking about what New Mexico can do to improve its economic outlook, what are the two big things to look at?
Well, the two most important things would be to lower the income taxes as much as possible and hopefully to get the tax rate down to zero. I mean, wouldn't it be an incredible thing for New Mexico if you became the 10th state in the country that has no income tax? The other 9 states that are doing very well, and they have good schools and they have good public services, but they have a lot of jobs and growth. So that would be number one. Number two, I just think New Mexico, if you want to get into the game of economic development and bringing businesses and factories and plants and new jobs into the state, you have to be a right-to-work state. You know, a lot of major Fortune 100 companies won't even consider states like New Mexico if they are not a state that has forced unionism. Forced unionism is something that is just a big negative for a lot of major employers.
Let's take each one of those individually. If you reduce or eliminate the state income tax, New Mexico's already a state that's pretty poor. How would you be able to sell that to people who are saying, well, we don't have a whole lot of money now, and now you're going to give away all this money and give the rich people a big tax break?
Well, I mean, you'd have to replace the revenues with other sources of revenues, but, you know, I would make the case that you're a poor state in part because you do have an income tax. This is a way to become a rich state. And look, you know, you've got states like Texas and Florida and Tennessee that have no income tax, and those are the ones that are creating jobs and opportunity for young people and for lower income people. So, you know, a high income tax is not something that benefits people who are poor. I mean, the best way you can help poor people is give them a good job.
And then if they come back and say, well, if you make this a right to work state, then you'll hear from union members. They will say, well, states that have right to work states, the workers there tend to make less money.
Well, that's actually true because they have more jobs on balance. So, you know, you have more jobs in those states, and some of them are lower income jobs. But in states like New Mexico and other states that are not right to work, like New York and California, the problem is you don't have any of the low income jobs at all. And the problem is if you don't have jobs at the bottom of this, you know, if you don't have those starter jobs, then those people can't move up the economic ladder. So why not create an environment that brings as much business, as much new jobs into the state? And by the way, this does not mean that you're getting rid of unions. It just means that the workers don't have to join the union if they don't want to. It means that the labor bosses can't use all this money for political purposes because they can't take that money out of workers' paychecks without their approval. Who could be against that? That's pro-choice, isn't it?